Hey, welcome to the Morning Stand-Up. I'm Stacy K.
And I'm Sarah O'Sullivan.
And we wanted to check in and see how your Valentine's week was. Did you spend a lot on jewelry and she didn't text you back?
Did you post a Snapchat thinking that a guy would slide up saying that you're cute, but he really didn't?
He knows better than to say that on Valentine's Day like that.
I guess so. But you can't just throw them out there. I don't mind a little consolation prize when it comes to compliments on a Valentine's Day, okay?
Like does just a heart react work? I guess you don't have heart reacts in Snapchat stories.
Man, that'd be nice.
Do they not have anything? They don't have it. I mean, I guess you send in emojis.
Yeah, you could have sent
That works.
Yeah, you could have sent a heart eye emoji.
But he didn't.
Nope.
My Valentine's Day was good. I didn't leave the house. I stayed inside with my cats because love is dead. There's no point, right? You can never really know someone anyway. Like as close as you think you are with someone, deep down they don't ever really care.
No, I 100% agree with this statement. I think it's important for everybody to know that love is fake.
You're born alone and you die alone.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Unless it's like an airplane accident.
And you die surrounded by your screaming peers.
Yes, yes, yes.
Do you think that there was anyone on the airplanes for 9/11 who was like, at least I'm not dying alone? Actually, no, that doesn't work because the people in 9/11 didn't think that they were going to die. They thought that they were going to land the plane and get ransomed because that's what people used to do back then.
Yeah.
Okay, this is kind of funny here.
Okay, that's such a crazy thing to follow up.
So there used to be a huge industry on ransoming airplanes. You would hijack the airplane, and then you would land it. We had like a whole airport, I believe, in Cuba, where we would let them land, and we would get the plane back, and all the people would live, and we would give them like $1 million, and then everybody would go about their day. And that's the reason in 9/11 nobody like went to go beat up these people, because they thought that they were just going to ransom the plane and that everybody was going to live. What kind of psycho is going to drive a plane into a building like that? And after 9/11, we can't do that anymore. They ruined a good thing.
Yeah.
There was a whole industry of countries that were kind of funded off of hijacking American airplanes. And after 9/11, they didn't have funding for that shit. One of the groups that hijacked planes a little bit was people in Palestine would do that, and that's how they would get some money. And then after 9/11, they weren't allowed to do that anymore because Al-Qaeda ruined it for everybody.
Dang it.
It went crazy. And it's a sad thing to see that disappear. We can't visit pilot things. We can't hijack, like, you know, you used to could like visit the pilots, like kids would be taken to you don't even like remember the days before 9/11, right? Is it?
I was
Not at
born
all.
months just prior.
Right. It used to be so easy to get on an airplane, and
I've heard.
you could like hug your family goodbye like on the tarmac, like right before they got on the airplane.
Yes, because that's the way it is in Parent Trap. I watched Parent Trap and I was like, oh my gosh,
Is that the
that's
Parent Trap
crazy.
with Lindsay Lohan?
Of course.
Okay, not some kind of Zoomer remake or anything.
Oh, no.
But yeah, you could. And have you seen the movie Airplane?
Yes, I have.
Where he goes in they bring the kid to the front of the airplane and like they're introducing him, and then they do the whole thing with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, or he's like, "Oh, you're Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I love watching you on TV," and he's like, "No, it's Roger." Remember that?
No, I don't. It's been so long.
What was it? That was a good gag. Mm-hmm. I missed the pre-9/11 days. Bin Laden really fucked shit up. Like,
Yeah, honestly, now we have to take off our fucking shoes.
not if you have TSA pre-check. We stopped that, which is pretty cool, I think.
Yeah.
You still can't take razors on airplanes, though. So
Darn it.
you always have to buy razors at the spot. You can't ever do it on the airplane.
I have a nipple piercing, and it honestly is it's always a fun game whenever.
Does it go off every time?
Not every time. And that's
Does it go off sometimes?
Yes, it goes off like, I would say,
Ma'am, you appear to have
50%.
something on your left nipple.
Yeah, they do the handheld one, and then they do the whole body, and then they're like, whoop, 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 and it's like an eye contact type of situation. We both know what's going on.
Wait, so whenever you walk through or you put your hands up on the thing.
Yeah, I do that.
And then they detect something.
Yeah.
And then they do the waving thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they locate it.
Back in the day, like before I had TSA pre-check and I went along with the plebs, it was always my dick, right? They'd always be like, ma'am, you appear to have something in your crotch here. Yep, touch it. Go ahead.
That's hilarious.
I said that once to a TSA agent because I was pissed.
Really?
Yep. I feel like they almost detained me. And then sometimes you go to airports and they don't have TSA pre-check. Like there's one terminal in the Houston airport that didn't have pre-check, and then they just like grab the shit out of me.
Damn.
I don't think it's entirely necessary. I, as a trans woman, am not a fan of the post 9/11 security measures with non-TSA. With pre-check, my life has changed. It never happens anymore. Vastly improved.
Good. I remember when I went to France by myself. Well, I met a family there, but like I was doing all the traveling by myself and whatnot. When I was like 18, I was coming back and I went through TSA in Iceland, and I got like the random TSA check. And they brought me into this random room that had like 20 doors. It was just like a white room, super iridescent lights.
You went to like a dead site.
It was crazy. And it's just all these doors, and they open up one of the doors, and there's like 5 guys in there. And I go in, and then they close the door, and they start going through my luggage and everything, and they're like patting down my body, and they make me...
So this was leaving Iceland?
This was, leaving Iceland to go back to the United States, and then they
was
told
this
me,
U.S. Customs?
I don't think so. It was a random TSA pre-check. I like pressed a button and it turned red, and then I had to go back there. But then they made me unbutton my pants and like pull my pants down. And actually, no, I wasn't 18. I remember this now. I was 17 because I was a minor, and they made me pull my pants down, and they swabbed like this area. It was really weird. And
Swabbed it with what?
With like a swab type of deal, but it felt weird. I was like the energy was off. And then they were asking me, oh, who you're traveling with? And I'm like, I'm traveling alone. And they were like, what? And then, and then I told them, and they were like, how old are you? I was like, I'm 17. And then immediately, like, they started going really fast, and then I left. I only had like 10 minutes to board my flight, but I cried so hard after that. I just was freaked out. I never had somebody make me take off my fucking pants at an airport.
That's scary. Look at our cat. The cat's autistic.
Cutie.
Do you have a cat that scrapes on mirrors like that?
No, actually. That's kind of cute. Like, do you think...
We have 2 cats. 2 of our cats do that.
Do they think that it's them or a different person?
I don't even know. I mean, they're very calmly doing it. It's not like an actual attack. It's like a stimming thing. Like, they're just like, I want to... on the mirror. And both of our autistic cats do it. The orange cats never do it.
Wow, and orange cats are usually the dumber ones.
Are they?
That's just what I've heard. They survive on a much lower scale in the wild compared to other cats. Like, they're like 90% more likely to die in the wild.
I do feel like orange cats are generally more friendly and more trusting than other cats, which when you're in a human environment, that's a helpful trait. That's why we adopted one of our orange cats, because he was the friendliest one, and he really seemed like he wanted to get out of there. So we got him.
Gosh, I love orange cats.
They're my favorite. I've heard they're food motivated.
Yes.
Like highly food motivated. And we're doing cat phrenology right now.
Yeah,
which I don't think translates to humans. I don't think that you can do phrenology on humans to say, but they're cats, right? Cats have different, right?
Yeah, they're different.
The permanent personalities and cultures of different cats.
Dude, cats are literally magical beings. They were worshipped by the ancient Egyptians, and they possess crystal-like abilities in their bodies to harmonize.
Crystal-like abilities?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they literally have like crystals like in their body. I'm pretty sure we do too, but you know, Google can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that cats have crystals in their body, and that's why they're like so calming.
Sarah, are you okay?
Yes, I am.
How long have you been into crystals?
A couple years now.
Did you like see this at like a witch convention or something, or
No, better. TikTok.
oh, that's why everyone's into crystals these days? I was a big
No.
I liked crystals just because I thought they were cool rocks, but I didn't.
I liked them when I started getting into manifesting.
Oh, you're serious about manifesting?
I am serious.
So
about
those Magnum condoms you got in your wallet,
Yeah.
you're actually doing like a seance or whatever to summon monster cock.
I need to get some candles and whatnot, but what Stacy is saying is I did buy a box of Magnum condoms just because I know that in the future it will come to me. And that's the fun part about manifesting is you have to believe that you already have it. So I already have a huge dick waiting for me, and that's why I just
It's got
need
your
to be-
name on it.
Exactly. And I'm prepared.
I'm glad that you have aspirations and goals.
Thank you.
At such a young age. That's a good thing for you to have at this stage in your life.
Yeah. And they're achievable, too. It's not even an outlandish goal. It's not like I want to be the president. I just want a big dick.
I don't see, listen, so I think that a genital preference is transphobic because I think that all genitals are disgusting, okay? And to be like, oh, I need like someone with this like genitals that are like this, it's like fucking gross. Like they're all disgusting, and it's about like pushing past that thing of disgust because you love someone so much. And I've been told that this is not a normal stance for other people. So I can't imagine I have Magnum condoms for myself, but like I want
Of course.
to, right. It's important to practice safe sex, but
No, I mean, I don't have the biggest of preferences, but I will say that I do have little preferences here and there. I've had a really skinny penis before. Not really my thing. If I wanted to shove a stick up there, I would. I'd go to the forest.
you can find a big stick too.
Yeah, and okay, you know what? That's the thing, is I don't want a twig. Yeah, I want like a tree branch.
Understandable.
So, just something that fills me up. Gosh, my future employers will all be watching this video.
Man, see, that's the thing about recording podcasts. Like, if people are watching, if you're getting canceled off of what people see in your podcast, that means you've like made it. Because no one's going to comb through your old like hour-long weekly podcast for something to cancel you on until you've gotten on SNL.
Okay.
So
Oh,
it's actually kind of a good thing.
is that what happened to Shane Gillis?
It's exactly what happened to Shane Gillis.
What did he say?
So Shane Gillis is really good at impersonating racists, and he did some. He's a very conservative coded guy, and like I was listening to the stuff that he was on some kind of podcast. He was like, "What, you got CNN on in here? What, are y'all fucking gay? Turn on some Fox News, man." Like he was saying like stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he said more racist stuff, but as I understand it, they were all pretty much jokes. And like I've seen some of his sketches and clips and shit, and he's constantly talking about race. But in like I don't think that he deserved to be canceled from SNL, but SNL's a very it's a large network show. It brought a lot of attention on the show, and it would have been. He's really good at sketches and writing. He has his own. Have you seen his sketch show? It's Gillis and Reeves, I think.
Was he doing that before?
Yeah, he was doing it before he got the SNL thing. So he's done. I've seen a lot of his sketch. I've been watching him lately.
He did. How old he is.
He did one that was OnlyFans Dad, and it was like him like as a like suburban dad doing OnlyFans for the kids, and the kids finding out, and he's like explaining how much money he makes from doing disgusting OnlyFans stuff, and it's like, your dad's asshole will never be the same. You should be grateful.
Dang.
And then he's got this bit. He's got a sketch that's it's basically about Alabama. He does a stand-up joke about it whenever Alabama decided to let black players play because they got destroyed by USC in Southern California in like the 70s. Because Alabama only had white players at the time. And they went up against USC, which was like almost all black people, and they got their shit kicked in. And then Paul Bear Bryant was like, all right, let's let the black people play, okay? And then Alabama started winning a bunch of championships, and that's how they won championships. But he did like a sketch that was like, he's the Alabama coach, and then they're losing, like they lost like 3 games in a row by 1 billion points, and then they just started letting black people play, and they got a black defensive coordinator, and they just started like crushing everybody.
And he did a skit
and then
of that.
he became like this big race hero, and he was like saying
God.
he gave himself a diversity award or something.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I think that SNL could have really used his presence. I'm excited for I'm not the kind of person who watches SNL every time it comes out. Sometimes I'll watch like sketches that go viral or whatever, but I'll probably watch this Friday just to watch my boy Shane go up there.
I'll watch it. I usually do watch them. I definitely do have some favorites, like hosts that I have seen, and some not so favorites.
Who was your least favorite?
Who is my least favorite? Okay. I mean, I wouldn't say that he's my least favorite, but he was recent, so people would know about it. But Jacob Elordi, he just basically played like a similar character in like all of the sketches, like being
Who is
like
Jacob Elordi?
Jacob Elordi. He's in Saltburn.
Oh,
He's the like really hot guy.
I'm not gonna see Saltburn.
He's in Euphoria.
Is he the chaser guy who
He's the
almost
tall.
kills Jules?
I think maybe, or that might be her dad. That might be his dad. But he's also in The Kissing Booth.
I've not seen that.
Okay, here I'll have to show you a picture.
Who is he in Euphoria? He's
like, in high school.
the dude who was like obsessed with Jules, right?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. He got.
It's just his dad was also obsessed with Jules in the show.
Yeah, but okay. So I didn't see all of Euphoria season 2. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see all of Euphoria season 2. I saw the last thing I saw was Fez beating up that dude. How badly does he get messed up? Because it looks pretty bad.
Oh, in the show?
Yeah.
I mean, he was able to recover. I can't remember what happens at the end of the second season, though, now, because it's been so many years. I'm like, how are they even going to pick this back up? At this point...
Without Fez, it doesn't seem right.
No, I agree.
I got bored of it in the middle of season 2 because I felt like that they were really, like, anxiety baiting us. Like, they were just manufacturing anxious moments.
Yeah.
The girl in the bathtub or whatever, hiding...
Cassie.
While someone's, like, having sex in the bathroom...
Yeah.
It just felt so... You know, have you watched much SpongeBob?
Yeah,
You know, sometimes SpongeBob will overdo things to comedic effect. Like, one time there's Squidward on a bike, and he's laughing, and he's going, and then there's a jellyfish going, bzz, 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 and then it cuts to Squidward going, and then he goes, bzz, bzz, and it just does that 1,000,000 times.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like that episode was doing to me, and I felt like that Euphoria was doing that like a lot, because the first season had a lot of good moments, I think, and then the second season was like, we need to have like lots of drama on every episode.
Yeah.
And it got exhausting. Like, how do high schoolers have this much time?
Yeah. And they didn't bring back one of my favorite characters, too. Her name was Kat in the show, I think. But they didn't bring her back for the next season.
Who was...
She was the plus-size girl who was like a dominatrix.
In the second season 2?
Yeah, she wasn't in the second season. No, because
she was an important character.
I know. I think it's because the writing that they wanted to give her, it just didn't suit like the message that she was wanting to put out, and so that's unfortunate. So they just honestly, yeah. They didn't shine a light on people's stories as much as I wanted them to.
Messed up. Are they doing a season 3?
Well, they said that they were going to, but now it's like, what's gonna happen? Now, at this point, they're like in college. They can't fucking say that these are high schoolers.
It kept me watching the show a lot because of Fez. Like, I wanted to see what Fez was gonna do next because I cared about him, and I also cared about Jules, and I didn't. Zendaya's character was annoying, but Jules is the trans girl, right? Right. Okay, and then Zendaya's name. What's her name?
Zendaya. Her.
Is that how you say it? Zendaya?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Zendaya.
I thought it was Zendaya.
Or maybe it is Zendaya because Rihanna is actually Rihanna.
Is it?
Yep.
We've been saying it wrong this whole time?
Yeah, she just
Everybody calls her Rihanna.
I know. She just doesn't correct people.
And she just doesn't anymore. She just goes with it?
But it's in interviews she says her real name. It's Rihanna.
That's nuts. That changes everything.
Yeah, wait, Jules Rue. Her name is Rue in the show.
Right, Rue.
Yeah.
They should have been together if only Rue could just not be such a goddamn drug addict.
Yeah.
The scene of Jules and Rue like laying on the bed. I think they were holding each other's hand or whatever. Mm-hmm. I really liked that scene. The show should have ended at that point. I don't want any more.
There was some really beautiful cinematography, but also the thing that's fucked up about Euphoria is that the whole scheme, the whole like cinematography, the premise of like the makeup and the shots and all that was literally stolen from a different artist. There's this woman, I forget what her name is, but the Sam Levinson, the creator of the show, reached out to her because of her photography. It looks like all of Euphoria. She's been taking photos like that for years. So he reached out to her to create the idea, and then she was on the project, and then once they were like 90% through, he dropped her, but he kept all of that. So he literally, he took her aesthetic completely, and she got zero credit.
Well, that explains why the second season wasn't as good. Mm-hmm. The first season was so good, and like the representation of Jules as a trans person, that was really good. Like, I was a big fan. I usually don't like trans representation and stuff a lot of the time. But that was, and like the way you deal with, like, she met the dude off Grindr, and you see him in person, and then his son gets obsessed with you. It's that happens. It's a very true story that a lot of trans girls go through. So
also,
stay off Grindr, okay? If you're a trans girl, fucking stay off Grindr. That is an app for dudes, for gay dudes, okay? You're not gonna find a fucking straight guy off of Grindr, because straight guys don't use Grindr, alright? And neither should ladies. If you're a lady, stay off of it. Nothing. Just
listen to
people tell me that trans girls tell me that it could be good to meet other trans people, and it's like bullshit, okay? I don't care. There's something wrong with everybody who gets on Grindr, alright? That app is designed for dudes. You should not find any sort of... That's my soapbox for today.
No, I see where you're coming from.
Tinder's worse. Well, I mean, Tinder will ban you if you're trans, so
what the fuck?
No, for real. Like, every trans person I know has been banned off Tinder.
Why?
Because people mass report you. If you're a trans person on Tinder, do not put that you're trans in your bio. I know you want to be honest. I know you want to be upfront with people, but if people see that you have trans in your bio, they'll first off, a lot of them will swipe left on you, which will lower your matchmaking, and because when you get left on, your matchmaking goes down and you get worse matches, right? So first off, that's the thing. But then also, people will report you if you're trans because they don't. And Tinder doesn't have any like customer support or anything like that. Mm-hmm. So if you get reported a bunch, it just kicks you off with no sort of like, and there's no way to appeal it. You don't even have to. Like, I've been banned. I didn't even talk to people. Like, I just started up a profile, and I had never, like, talked to anyone. And just, like, after a few days, I was just banned off of it. And it's just a very common thing that happens to trans girls. So if you're on Tinder, do not put your trans in your bio. First, talk to a guy, and then, or girl, and then, like, let them know before you meet up. Make sure that they know. What I like to do is put like my Instagram in my Tinder bio or dating bio where they can go check it out, learn more about me, and then there I'm like a whole tranny and like everybody knows, right? So but it doesn't hit me in the dating apps. So
That's smart.
Yep, it's a hard world for trans women on the dating apps.
Damn, dude, that's unfortunate. Somebody needs to, if they haven't already, come out with a better platform to support the trans community.
Well, see, that's the thing. Whenever you make a new, like, it's a constant arms race between weird chasers and trans women, right? So the weird chasers are after the trans women, and the trans women want normal guys. They don't want chaser guys. So trans women are trying to find the normal guys, and that's how, and you know, Grindr's like that. Like I said, you're not gonna find a straight guy on Grindr. Like you think if he's straight, he'll be like, no, I only top. I'm only versed sometimes. And then like later he's like stealing your underwear. You find out that someone else topped him behind a gay bar, you know, and you'll be questioning everything about yourself.
Damn.
It's just how it goes. He'll start stealing your hormones. It's a whole thing.
Damn. So interesting. If a guy has like girls' underwear, you think, I don't know. If a guy is wearing that, does that mean that he's? I don't know.
That was a joke. It is a thing about trans girls being dated. The guys, a lot of eggs is what we call them. Like people who haven't like hatched yet, that haven't realized that they're trans. They'll be attracted to us, but they'll also like want to be us. And that's where the bit about stealing our underwear and our hormones and stuff comes from, because I know people who have like trans 4 of their boyfriends. Like they started dating someone and then that person came out as trans.
Damn.
And even like if you're like attracted to trans people, like I mean, I think that all trans girls are attracted to other trans girls, but what's hard about it is transitioning is like a whole mental thing you got to go through. It's a whole emotional journey, and trans women are already dealing with their own. Like they've already got enough shit to deal with their own gender than to have to help someone else that they're dating, because it's hard to babysit. Like it's hard to be the mom of someone you're dating, because you have to like teach them everything about how to be a girl, and it's hard to do that with somebody that you're like dating like that way. So that usually leads to breakups. Not always, but usually. So that's why you can't find dudes off of Grindr, because that's the way that's eventually going to go. Now there's also people on Grindr that just suck. They're called DL, like down low, you know, like they don't want anybody to know that they bang trans girls or that they're on Grindr. And those kind of guys are a risk in a lot of different ways. Like those are the kind of guys who get violent, the kind of guys who do like really abusive stuff, the kind of guys who, I mean, they're going to pretend like they don't know you in public, which is not great. So there's my Stacy Crash Course Dating as a Trans Woman 101. Like and subscribe to this video if you want more trans dating tips.
Yeah, honestly.
Just start a trans dating channel. Tell everybody what not to do.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is don't get on Grindr.
That's your best piece of advice?
This is a contentious view. A bunch of trans girls would totally disagree with me on this, and they swear by it, but I just don't see it. Have you ever been on Grindr?
Me, myself? Yeah. No, because I feel like I have no reason to be on Grindr. I've seen it, though. My cousin has it.
Yeah, like if you see it,
it's all chest.
Oh, it's just
all ass.
Like, oh my God, like it's unfiltered, just
it's just body, like no face.
A lot of time they don't want face because they want to be anonymous and stuff, but yeah, there's a lot of dudes who are gay on the down low who aren't public about it, and it's very annoying.
Yeah, just don't date me if you're on the DL. That's my only request.
And they're on the DL because they want to hold on to that straight male privilege. Because it doesn't matter. If you can put up the illusion of straightness, you can get access to a lot of things in society that you can't have. So, like, there's a lot of gay dudes who see them straight passing, all that kind of stuff, and they try to keep it separate from all of their professional and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So.
I feel like a good example of that is, like, in Hollywood, just like in the movie industry, I just know for a fact that there are way more gay male actors.
Tom Cruise, who are you fooling? Come on.
Because
you did Top Gun twice, okay?
yeah, seriously. But like, yeah, because they want to get all these roles that it's like they're, with a woman.
And once that these the viewers find out that they're gay, there's gonna be a lot of people who won't want to go see the videos and stuff, like go see the movies and stuff.
Yeah, like I just found out that the guy from Mean Girls, the like a main like male like hot protagonist in it that like Lindsay Lohan is wanting.
Gay?
Yes,
that makes sense.
Yes,
yeah, he's cute.
And he's very handsome. His husband is so fucking hot. But when I found that out, I was like, what? Like, crazy. He was just one of my biggest crushes as a child.
Is he not bi? Is he just completely gay?
I'll show you. I'm pretty sure he's completely gay.
Completely gay.
What was the movie called again? Oh, Mean Girls.
Mean Girls, hot guy.
Okay, yes. Let me just look up the cast.
Did you see the musical?
No, but I wouldn't mind. But yeah, this is him now. The one on the right.
Google, ask if he's completely gay.
But that's what he used to look like.
Oh, he was a lot hotter back then. He fell off.
I'm pretty sure he's completely gay.
He does look pretty gay.
He's cute. But see how handsome his husband is?
He's hot.
Yeah. They're cute. They love each other. Good for them.
But he'll never be with you. Isn't that sad?
I know, that is sad. And then also from How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, he was in How I Met...
No, that guy from How I Met Your Mother is gay. Who's
Barney?
Yeah.
Obviously, it's Neil You didn't know Neil Patrick Harris was gay?
Well, I knew that after having watched the show. He's the biggest, like, womanizer ever. But in real life... Yeah. But in real life, he's gay. I didn't know that until after, like...
Have you ever seen Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog?
No.
Oh, dude. That's so they made that Joss Whedon, who he directed the first Avengers. This was during the strike back in the day. Him, Neil Patrick Harris, Nathan Fillion, do you know who that is? And Felicia Day. I think that's her name. Felicia something. They made this like musical that's it's called Dr. Horrible's Sing Along Blog, and it's about this villain who's like, he's trying to become a super villain, and he has a blog, or like a YouTube blog, and he just talks to the blog. And it's a musical, and it's only 40 minutes long, and it's like one of my favorite movies ever. You can just watch the whole thing on YouTube because it didn't get picked up by like a major thing. But Neil Patrick Harris is the star of it, and it just starts out with Neil Patrick Harris in his like evil villain outfit doing a blog about being an evil villain. But yeah, you should definitely see it. Yeah, Neil Patrick Harris he's a great actor. He's one of my favorites. Even though he's gay, I don't even care.
Oh, yeah, you don't even care because of that. That's really big of you.
I can look past it. He's so talented.
Yeah, you're a good person.
I really am. Okay, we've been talking for a while, haven't we?
Let me see what time it is. Yeah, we started like 40 minutes ago.
Was there anything else we needed to cover besides we got the fan stuff?
Yeah, here we got. I mean, these were just random stuff that I wrote. Oh, NBA All-Star.
Oh yeah, All-Star Weekend. Okay, so we didn't look up how to say her name. Fuck. Ionescu?
Yeah.
I know that's not how you say her name. It's like
Sabrina.
It's something weird. Ionescu?
Ionescu.
Something like that.
Ionescu.
But Sabrina versus Steph, that was really fun.
Yes.
Because it was, you got to see a WNBA player shoot against a NBA player. And I was a little bit cheating because she's playing with the 28.5, and it's a little easier to get a 28.5 in the hole because it's a smaller ball.
She was using the smaller ball?
She was. Well, I mean, yeah, girls shoot with a smaller ball because it's lighter and everything. But she hit 26, which everybody else, all of the best NBA players hit 26, except for Steph. Steph hit like 30 because he's fucking Steph Curry. Yeah. He's so good. But it was fun. She put up a good fight. If she hadn't blown it there about 80% of the way through, she like missed like 5 in a row, which really screwed it up.
Yeah, I did.
But that was a really fun event. First time we ever saw a girl competing in NBA All-Star. But other than that, NBA All-Star weekend was terrible. Okay, the players were not trying on anything. Okay, the LED court was cool. Did you see the LED court?
Mm-mm.
You didn't see anything? So the whole court was like a light-up interactive LED thing. That was like, and if you saw the footage from the shooting with Sabrina and Steph, it was probably like green green light coming up from the court because it was very bright and stuff like that. So that was really cool. It was like really, the cameras from above with the players playing on it and like all this stuff is happening on the court. That was neat. Everything else about the NBA All-Star Weekend needs to go. So we have suggestions for how to fix it.
Yeah.
Sarah, what was yours?
All right. Well, my suggestion to make it more interesting also applies to football, but I think that everybody just needs to start wearing less clothing. Like, I don't see what the point is.
You wanted to bring back like the shorts from like the 80s, like
yes,
the tiny
please.
little shorts. They did that. They did that. Back when Kobe was playing, the Celtics and Lakers did it, and they changed at halftime because it was so uncomfortable.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, they wore the little tiny tight shorts. And Kobe was like, I didn't like it because I felt violated. So it's like now Kobe knows what it feels like to be someone.
Wow, crazy. Yeah, I think they need to go short shorts, no shirt. I think that, honestly, it's just impacting their performance.
It is getting in the way.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, and I think that, a little bit of sweat dripping on the abs would help.
You've never had to play shirts and skins, have you?
I was always shirts.
That makes sense.
But I did play it.
You did play it. You did box out sweaty, shirtless guys.
Yes, I have.
That was my least favorite part. They smell bad, okay?
If it's a really big guy, then it's like, damn it.
Yeah, and some dudes are just crazy sweaty, and
it's true.
Every time you touch them to like block them out, it's just like, okay, now my back is drenched.
Yeah.
I always hated shirts and skins, but I had to play it a lot but I would never be skins. I'd be like, nope, I'm keeping my shirt on.
Yeah.
And that was even before I had tits. I just, as a matter of principle, I didn't want everybody to be able to see my abs for free like that. So.
Have you ever gone to a topless beach?
No, I haven't.
Would you do that?
Maybe.
You look fucking good.
Are there hot people at the topless beach, or is it like a bunch of old people?
It's mostly old people.
See, that's not good.
Well, I don't mind that. I did it when I was in France. It was pretty much all old people, except for there was multiple girls who definitely had breast augmentations, and then a couple people my age. But it was very freeing. The old people, just seeing how they just don't give a fuck, and it's like, you look better than the old people. So.
Well, of course, but like I've been in my fair share of like gym locker rooms with all these old people just letting shit hang out, and it's like, oh my god, you should be more ashamed of your body. See, in a lot of a lot of guys' locker rooms.
Same thing.
Gay guys use them for cruising, okay? Like they'll just
look.
Here's my shit, and if anybody looks too long, they're like, "Hey, wanna hook up like later?" Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I had to walk past that as like a 10-year-old going in a fucking bathroom, because the bathrooms, you had to go through the locker rooms for it, and I was like, "Oh, dude, don't want to see old dick like that." It was terrible. Okay, so we want
less clothing.
Take the shirts off. Have a shirts and skins game. Mm-hmm. Or maybe a skins and skins game.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Little short shorts.
Yep.
Can they have shoes? They need shoes. They'll have injuries without shoes.
I'd like them to look taller, as tall as they can be anyway, so the shoes is fine.
Have you been to an NBA game? They're all huge.
I haven't.
They're tall enough. They don't need to be wearing heels or anything like that. I guess so. Like, they're massive.
I feel like they got some fucked up looking feet though. I did just see LeBron's feet for the first time.
His foot has formed to a basketball shoe.
Yes,
like,
dude.
It's evolved.
It's bad.
To be worn under a basketball. Because, see, basketball shoes, you want to be very tight. So you don't get the most support and you get the slips. So players, I mean, LeBron has played so much. And he's like a heavy player who's put a lot of weight and stuff on his feet. I think he messed them up whenever he was in high school or something like that. But
yeah, he's a big guy.
Yeah, their feet could be gnarly sometimes. Okay, so do you have any more suggestions for how we improve the All-Star game?
No.
Here's how I want a MMA fight.
Okay.
I want to see players wailing on each other. Like, I want like a full an octagon. It doesn't have to be everybody, but like people who want, like Draymond Green, like, he wants to do that. Who else? Maybe I bet Nurkic would take him on. One of those Russian boys, they all like all the Eastern European players would definitely probably go in the ring.
I want me a Russian boy.
Say what?
I said I want me a Russian boy. Keep going.
Okay, so listen, Russian boys can be cute, but the ones that make it to the NBA are usually ugly as sin.
Damn.
So yeah.
You gotta watch. Have you ever seen Hustle? With Adam Sandler?
Yeah, that was a really good movie.
That was a Russian guy. He's hot.
It was a good movie until it got kind of boring near the end. Which Russian guy?
The main, I'm pretty sure.
No, he's Spanish.
Oh, is he from Spain?
Well, at least in the movie, he's Spanish.
Okay, maybe he's from Spain. I thought he was Russian for some reason.
I'm pretty sure it's Spanish.
Well, either way, they're both hot.
Adam Sandler?
No, but yes. But
Anthony Edwards?
Russians and Spanish people.
Speaking of basketball movies, have you seen Uncut Gems?
No.
You have to see that.
That's the one.
That's another Adam Sandler basketball movie, and it's way better than Hustle.
Oh, it's basketball?
Well, he's a gambler. He's gambling on basketball.
I didn't realize. And Julia Fox is in that too,
Oh,
right?
yeah. And The Weeknd and Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett, he's a basketball player he's retired now, but he plays himself from 2008, I think. And he does a great job. He kills it. But yeah, you should definitely see that. That was like a god tier movie that I watched.
So many people hated it.
What?
Yeah, or at least some people that I knew. Like,
it was a masterpiece of a movie.
I literally know somebody. I feel like I would love it because I love anything Adam Sandler. I don't know why I haven't gotten around to it, but I know somebody whose entire family left the theater midway through, and honestly, they're probably just snobby bitches.
Well, they're definitely snobby bitches.
Yeah.
Uncut Gems was so great.
Yeah.
It was like it was like a case study about like a gambler. Like he's got a problem, right? That's the thing about this guy, and he keeps like gambling more and more about things, and he's a crazy person. He sells like jewelry, and that's why it's called Uncut Gems, because he's got like this opal that he interests Kevin Garnett in, and he's like, this is a special opal from like Africa. Like people died for this opal, man. And then Kevin Garnett's like, I gotta have the opal because it's lucky. I need it for my game. And
that's my favorite stone.
It's a giant opal. It's pretty, but yeah, you should definitely check that out.
Okay, I will.
Okay, let's do fan stuff now that we've solved the NBA All-Star game.
Send it to me via text? Okay,
yeah,
yes.
Adam Silver, are you watching? Like, check it out. Do an MMA, a cage fight in the middle. That would be great. Okay. This is okay. What are the best ways you have seen people? By the way, you can send me letters to my email address at stacyk45@gmail.com. I can always use them. Maybe not this week, but I can use them in the future. Or you can just send me. I post on Instagram sometimes, and people just do quick responses. So these are pretty short ones. But anyways, what are the best ways you have seen people advocate for trans folks? This is a big question. I mean, like Erin Reed on Twitter, she tracks all of the anti-trans legislation. We've never had anybody do stuff like that. She does a really great job of like highlighting all the stuff that's happening in all these annoying states. and I'm tracking all the stuff around it. You look her up on Twitter. She's one of the best trans advocates, I think. I'm 6 months on HRT. When does the nipple pain stop? Never, I guess. Welcome to womanhood, bitch. Right?
Yeah,
would you agree that
having sensitive nipples? I mean, yeah, when I'm on my period, my nipples hurt
man,
for sure.
when your hormones are if you want that to stop, you got to stop taking hormones. Learn to embrace it.
Yeah, I feel like over time maybe the pain would lessen just from getting used to it.
Yeah, it is more intense in the first growing periods, but it's not. You get better at it, and also that's kind of what bras are for. What is your favorite thing about Kansas City, and what's the worst thing? Favorite thing about Kansas City? My favorite place is Union Station when people are not shooting there. Also, the barbecue. I'm a huge fan of Kansas City barbecue. It's actually good. I mean, I'm from the South. There's lots of good barbecue around there, too. But Kansas City has really good stuff. Particularly, my favorite is Arthur Bryant's. What's your favorite?
Kansas City Joe's.
Joe's? Yeah. It's actually called Oklahoma Joe's.
I know. Yeah.
And they just call it Joe's now, but it's pretty good. We have one out close by here, but it's not the original. What's the worst thing? The state laws of Kansas and Missouri, they fucking suck. I hate the governments in charge. I wish Kansas City could secede and just be its own place.
I would say the redlining and the the education, the high school education.
Yeah, it's very segregated.
Yeah.
There were more things like, this is where redlining was invented. Redlining is where
Literally.
basically banks are like, we're not going to loan to black people in this zip code. We're going to keep black people out of this zip code. And that was like a real thing that they did. The guy's name was J.C. Nichols. And there's a bunch of stuff that's named after J.C. Nichols in Kansas City. They're actually changing his name. Like the J.C. Nichols estate knows, like he was such a piece of shit. Like they're like, yeah, let's change the name and all this stuff. We don't want people.
Wow, really?
Yeah, so the J.C. Nichols fountain in the plaza, they're changing the name of it. And the J.C. Nichols family is like, yeah, let's do that. We're tired of grandpa getting this.
Yeah.
Okay, hablos español, I don't.
Un poco.
I mean, listen, I stayed in Mexico for like a month, and I got to where I started to like kind of dream in like bad Spanish for a while, and I got to where I could like understand what people were going after and all that, and I could kind of read signs and stuff, but if you're not immersed in it, it's really hard to learn the language.
Yo soy de Kansas City, Missouri, y me gusta gato.
All right, Peggy Hill.
I don't know what that is.
What did you have a cat?
Yes.
Is that what you said? Yeah. In Kansas City?
I love cat. I'm from Kansas City.
You're from Kansas City and you
cat.
have a cat?
I love cat.
All right, that's a good high school Spanish sentence.
Exactly.
Do you like Weezer? Not really. I mean, there's some Weezer songs that are fine, I guess, but I played Rock Band, the original Rock Band, and they had Say It Ain't So. Do you know Say It Ain't So? Say it ain't so.
Yeah,
yes. I hate that song. I hate it so much. And the guitar part is so boring. It's like da 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 da. It's terrible. So I hate Weezer and I can't help it. That's just how it is. Okay, you said to wait for old people to die for things to get better. How can we speed it up? Well, COVID did a lot of the work for us. So that's less of a concern as what it used to be. How can we speed up things to get better or to get... Oh, I think I misread the question. How can we speed up things? Well, you can go to jail for that. So how can we speed up how to make things better? I don't know. Kill Clarence Thomas? Oh my God, this video's gonna get taken down. Don't tell the FBI.
We need to know.
All right, what's the... that was a joke, actually. Okay, don't... It's definitely wrong to shoot a Supreme Court justice. Don't do that. It's fine for me to say it now because I'm telling you, like, you should not say that. Okay, that's super illegal. What's the biggest pig you can think of? A pretty big... I mean, a real pig, I've seen big pigs. Like, I've seen pigs that were like 4 people put together.
Damn.
Also, like the Razorback, because I'm a Razorback fan, right? They have a big giant Razorback on the middle of the field, which is a pretty big pig. So there's that one, and then the basketball one is even bigger, and it's kind of ugly, but it's a big pig. So I guess that's the biggest one I've ever seen.
Potbelly.
Potbellies are usually the baby ones.
Oh, really?
The little ones.
And
Yeah.
I've seen only the small ones.
So you never like lived out rurally or anything?
You
You never been to like a fair
Oh, fuck yeah.
where you
I've
see
been
the giant
to-
pigs?
Yeah, and I
Okay.
used to go hunting out in the country and whatnot when I was a little girl, but my friend has a potbelly pig.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah,
You told me about that, I think.
yeah.
Tell us a joke. I could use a smile these days. I've been telling jokes on this podcast.
Oh, I heard a joke the other day.
What was that?
Okay, because I'll never use it because it would be stealing if I used it, but it's like, what's the piece of skin attached to a penis that's useless? A man.
A man is a piece of skin.
Yeah.
That's a.
You get it? Because you think it's the foreskin, but it's actually... Okay.
This is a great one. That's a good one.
Comment down below if you thought that was funny.
Hope you're happy with that one. Anything you would suggest to a sister reluctant to get started? Bitch, just order the goddamn hormones. Like, you can get them off the internet. You can order them from Laos. Like, just get them. It's get some androgen, get some bicacalamitide, and get some estradiol pills, and just fucking go. Like, just try it. If you don't like it, you can quit. Like, it's it'll take a while for it to take effect.
Nike.
Just fucking do it. Just grow tits, man. I'm gonna fly out west to see you in KC with my friend. I know it's not a question. That sounds. I hope you're talking about my show, March 15th. Spend the night at Fashion Week. It's gonna be great. Tell your friends.
Yes, please do.
Everybody, if you're listening to Kansas City, why the hell have you not bought a ticket to spend the night Fashion Week?
What's your problem?
It's us, and it's like 4 other girls who are like even more funny than us. Like,
Yeah.
we got a loaded lineup. They're not from Kansas City. I'm flying them here specifically for this show.
Yeah.
Because I really like their work, and I believe in them, and it's gonna be an amazing show, and they're really hot, and they're gonna pull off these dresses.
Yep.
You should show. How big is it, mommy? Go fuck yourself. All right. Are you attracted to men or women? Both. But they just have to be, okay, listen, women don't have to be rich. Men have to be rich, but if you're a woman, you don't have to be rich. And if you're non-binary, it depends how hot you are on whether or not you need to be rich.
Okay.
Favorite NBA team in the Eastern Conference? This is a hard one. The East sucks. I kind of hate everyone there. My team growing up was the Raptors because they had a dinosaur on their logo. So,
That's
yeah,
cute.
I know.
That makes sense.
Back in the Vince Carter days, I would play because I liked the dinosaur. It was a cool logo, and then they kind of went away from having the Raptor on the jersey, so it's not as fun anymore. What do you do when you start liking your sugar daddy? That's fine. Like, just keep charging them. Like, don't don't just let them off the hook on the money. But like, if you like them, that's cool.
Maybe
like,
you should secure
down for
a
that.
more prolonged bag.
Yeah, like, get that ring, bitch.
Yep.
Have you ever dated anyone? Yes, I've dated too many people. I've only dated like 4 people in my lifetime.
By dated, you mean in a relationship?
Yeah, like an actual relationship. And they ruined me. I'm a straight married guy using my Finsta. What's a Finsta?
But I'd throw it all away for you. They're fake Instagram. You fucker. Fuck you. I don't like that.
No questions, just lots of love for you, Stacy. Thank you. If you could be any animal, what would you be? I'd be a tiger. No questions.
Stop it.
Tigers are the best.
That's
They're the
what I
best
was
animal.
gonna say, dude.
They're amphibious. They can swim. They have a cute coat.
They're adorable.
They can beat everybody up.
Yup. Climb trees.
They can climb trees. They're so cute.
I love me a tiger too.
Is SGA MVP this season? Yes, sir. I think he's the best in the league. I don't know if he'll actually win it.
Oklahoma City's going to have to finish in the top, few.
Well, Joel Embiid's out, so that might not be so much of an issue. And I feel like Jokic is going to be in there. But, yeah, SGA, I think, has a decent shot at MVP this year. Marry me. That's not a question.
Seems like a demand.
Do you know the way? Do you remember that meme? Do you
know the way?
The knuckles. You don't remember that?
I don't know. I remember
it was
blowing up on Reddit and stuff for a while. It was like
this ridiculous little short Knuckles from the Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a VR chat Knuckles who would walk around and he would go do you know the way? I can show you the way. And it was like a quote from a movie from some streamer hilarious. Or something like that. But has stand-up comedy become a bigoted right-wing reactionary thing, yourself excluded? No, it's not become that. That's comedy, baby. Sometimes it's bigoted and reactionary. But a lot of the stuff that you see on the big networks like Netflix and all the most famous comedians, they're older comedians. They have older viewpoints. And the reason they're older is because it takes a long time to generate a large audience to get on Netflix. So you're seeing Dave Chappelle, he's so over the hill, he's so old, and all of he's not working like he used to. And so you're getting conservative viewpoints from old people. But young people, conservative shit does not work with young people. If you're going to be, it's not like you need to be this bleeding heart progressive or anything like that. Yeah. But you need to be able to appeal, to make everybody in the room laugh. You can't just make jokes about black people as a white person and get away with it. That's just not going to work.
No. If you're going to do that, go to a fraternity house. They'll love you.
Mm-hmm. And there's open mic scenes around, the scenes in Kansas City where you can just be racist and everyone will be like, yeah, it's so amazing. But those people are not going to go fucking anywhere. I'm not kidding. They get in the real clubs in New York and stuff like that, in the bookers, and it's not even because the bookers are about trying to keep everything not be racist. It's because it's not funny.
Yeah.
It's been played out, and there's a reason that the best comedians don't do shit like that anymore, because it's not good. So if you're in those circles to do right-wing comedy, just stop. Do something else. Things you like to do for fun. I've been playing a lot of Baldur's Gate 3 lately. I've been taking forever. I just am at the beginning of Act 2, but I've put 60 hours in the game. It's taken forever. When are you coming to Canada? We would love you here. Do you want to go to Canada sometime?
Fuck yeah, I do. I got a passport.
I would go to Toronto, Montreal, or Vancouver. That does sound cool, but I'm gonna have to first get to where I can get shows and stuff up there. So I have no idea when I get big enough to come across borders like that, because those flights are expensive. Your comedy brightens my day. Whose comedy brightens yours? Lately, Shane Gillis's bits have been in my head a lot because of his Netflix special that came out, Beautiful Dogs. They really stick with me. I keep remembering them. Also, I really like Rory Scovel. Do you know who Rory Scovel is? Oh, I gotta show you a bit from him.
Yeah.
He does this youth pastor bit.
He's not a youth pastor. He's just an evangelical comedian. He does a Christian comedian bit. He breaks out the southern accent and talks about I'll show you in a little bit. You're no question, just think you're amazing. Okay, come on, give me good. I do appreciate that you say I'm amazing. Have you ever taken apart smoke detectors to get the radioactive material inside? I have not. I have. I probably. You know what? There has been times when I've been in apartment complexes where the landlords did not take very good care of the smoke detectors and did not replace the batteries, and it would just beep every 10 seconds, where I have destroyed smoke detectors.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? It's not on me if your place burns down. You need to change the goddamn battery. If that thing starts beeping, I'm destroying it. That's just the rules, okay? Who did 9/11? George Bush, obviously. From Australia, how would you improve the American health system? I mean, there's a lot. Well, I think the first step is a public option, which is it's not Medicare for all because I don't know if I trust the federal government. I don't trust Republicans to not defund Medicare for all because that's what they're doing in Britain. The conservatives are like, no, we need to cut taxes. And when you're cutting taxes and nickel and diming on healthcare, that's a bad idea. But a public option is a federally funded insurance company. It's subsidized, and it competes with other insurance companies, and it will drive the prices down and keep them more honest. And I think that's a good way to ramp us up into Medicare for all. But we're really far from that. First, we need to make sure that Trump doesn't win and democracy ends, right? Well, you talk about Godzilla. Have you seen the Godzilla movie yet?
I haven't seen the new one, but I love all the Godzilla movies I've seen.
This one is so much better than all the other Godzilla movies.
Okay.
The other Godzilla movies are all garbage. This one is like an actually good Oscar. I think it should be like an Oscar-winning movie. It did get nominated for one Oscar, but not like the Best Picture. What goes into finding your own name? Well, I mean, I picked. I don't know. I went with Stacy because I felt like it fit, and I don't feel like I knew very many Stacys, so I felt like that would work out. And also K is what my mom used to call me. She would call me K or KK, and that was back when I was a guy, so it's her fault that I transed. British guys, yes or no?
I mean, it depends on the teeth. Do you see teeth? And also, how tall are you? And are you the nobility kind of British? Or
are you the more commoner type of British? Because the nobility, yeah. And also depends on your accent. Like, you might have a hot accent. In theory, a British guy could be hot, but I'm not holding my breath, so we'll see.
I'm gonna say yes.
You just blanket into British dudes?
I like an accent. My pants drop.
You can't let them get away with that though. Like, you can be fooled by people with accents. Like,
no, yeah, for sure. No, he can't be ugly. I'm not dropping it for an ugly guy.
Yeah, I mean, if he's a hot guy with an accent, of course. But like, you can't just assume that any British guy's gonna be hot. So like.
Okay, yeah.
Are you single? Beautiful. Yes, but no, I'm not. You're not gonna pick me up from Instagram message. What NBA player do you think you could be in a 3-point contest? Bismack Biyombo, easily. That would be so. There's a lot of people I could beat in an NBA 3-point contest. They're not 3-point shooters. That's why I would beat them. Any pre-show rituals you have before performing a set? Yeah, I like to get like kind of quiet and like isolated and think about it. And I also do this thing. I like to like stretch and like move to keep my blood flowing with my legs. And I like to do this thing where I like lean on the wall and like push off the wall to like get. What do you do?
I like to pace around and go pee like 3 times. Like, it's more of an anxiety-inducing thing. Maybe have one drink, and then as soon as I am about to go on stage, I all of a sudden get cotton mouth out of nowhere, even though I'm hydrated, and hit my vape a lot. Like,
you always hit your vape before you go on?
For sure.
Have you tried not doing that?
No. What difference do you think it would make?
When I vape or smoke weed before a show, I really am much slower. I'm way slower on stage.
Really?
And it's easier for me to. Oh, well, nicotine's a little. Nicotine. I know people who take like nicotine to try to amp themselves up. I thought you were talking about THC.
Oh no, the THC will totally. For me, it'll make me super slow. Won't even be able to remember.
Some of my friends in New York are putting this stuff.
Oh, they're dipping?
It's not dip, but it's like this other stuff.
Zins?
I think.
Yeah, the little white packets.
Yeah.
People are obsessed with those.
I feel like they definitely are going to give you mouth cancer. But
yes.
Maybe it makes you better on stage. I don't know. I don't do nicotine. I don't mess with it. It's a deadly chemical. What NBA player do you think you could... we already went through this. Do you engage with your local politicians over the erosion of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness? So my local politicians, the ones who actually represent me, are really cool. I'm represented by Sharice Davids in Congress, and she's dope as hell. She does everything I would want her to do in Congress. The problem is in all the other counties and all the state government levels controlled by Republicans. And I've tried showing up to these hearings, and they don't give a fuck. Like, they'll see like 60 trans people coming up crying and being like, please don't pass this bill. This bill's gonna make me have to move. And they're just like, we don't care. And they pass it immediately anyway. So, like, I've kind of given up hope on changing the minds of these local politicians who control things at the state level. But I do like the Kansas City politicians. They're all pretty decent. I live in Johnson County, which is a blue county now. It's the only blue. Well, I mean, there's a few blue counties in Kansas, but it's definitely the biggest and most blue. Is not a question. I admire you. So fun, smart, and brave. I dream to be with someone like you. Okay, all right. Thank you. How did you build your following? Just posting. Like, also I would like do my tweets, and I would post them to Reddit, to subreddits that they fit, and they kind of went viral, and that's how I got my first initial people doing stuff. Thunder Up, hell yeah. Starting 5 crushes All-Star themed. He's wanted me to do my top 5 NBA players that I would bang. Okay. You know at least 5 NBA players you would bang, right? Can you name them?
Okay,
I know. I'll go first, okay? Number 1, Chris Paul. Number 2, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Number 3, Russell Westbrook. Look, I'm putting a bunch of point guards in here, okay? Like, all these post players are too big. The point guards are like 6'5". That's enough for me. Who else would I do? You guys are gonna hate me for this, but I would have said Josh Giddey back in the day, but not anymore. Who else? Those are my clear top 3s that I would definitely. I mean, obviously LeBron, and I keep saying Thunder players or former Thunder players, but like I think Dennis Schroeder is pretty hot. I like his German accent. That's pretty neat. How about you? You don't know enough.
I only know Steph Curry, LeBron, Shaquille O'Neal, any day. Shaq, you can get it.
Really?
He's just hilarious. More so, I'd rather be his best friend than anything. But if
Shaq.
that's what it comes to.
Oh, if it's not in the NBA, Charles Barkley, man. Honestly, okay, I don't know if I want him to be my dad, okay? Like my literal dad.
That.
And if that means to not have sex with him, I'm fine with that. I want him to be in my life. I want him to care about me.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you've seen all this stuff that Charles Barkley has said, like in support of like trans people, and like he's pretty outspoken politically. He's a good dude. I'm a big fan of this guy.
Did you see that Will Ferrell is coming out with the documentary?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I want him to be my dad.
What kind of guys are you attracted to? Tall ones, rich ones, cute ones. Those are the big 3.
Respect me ones.
Yeah, that's a big part of it too. 1, rewarding part of being a comedian. 2, how difficult was it coming up and why? 3, you serve. Okay, so rewarding part of being a comedian is whenever I sell out a good show, I had a great set, everybody had a great time. That always feels great. It's like, oh fuck, it's finally over. I don't have to sell more tickets. I don't have to promote this show anymore. I don't have to worry about whether no one's going to come up, because with comedy, if nobody shows up, the show doesn't happen. It's not like a music show where you just play your set. Like, you need an audience to feed off of. You need to hear their laughs, and you need to respond to it. And if enough people don't show up, it's just a sad AA meeting. It's not like a real show. So it's very nerve-wracking whether or not there's going to be enough people to where it hits critical mass and becomes a real show. How difficult was it coming up and why? Very difficult. This is insane. I can't believe I've put as much work as I have into comedy, making this little money. I've lost a lot of money on comedy, but it's that I'm getting old and I'm dying, so go for it, right? 3, you serve. Okay, cool. Rank the Ernest movies from best to least best.
Ernest, Have you seen Remy and Ernest movie?
I don't even know what that is.
Well, I remember the Ernest basketball movie. I don't know if I would say that was one of his best ones because it wasn't that great of a movie, but it did have like the starting five of the Charlotte Hornets for some reason, not like they were a good team. And he had these shoes that would make him like bounce really high or whatever.
Damn.
I think there's a Halloween one, like Ernest Gets Scared or something like that. I don't know. That was pretty funny. Pick one. Cannot tell between a muffin and a baby, or have 4 fingers on each hand. We're going to go with the first one because, first of all, I don't really like muffins. So I would never try to eat a baby if that was the case. Thoughts on NBA All-Star Weekend? We've covered that. It could have been more fun. I did like the three-point shooting contest with Steph and Sabrina. I like the three-point shooting contest with the NBA players too. That's the best thing. The dunk contest was a joke, though. I do think it's funny that short white guy comes out of the G League to win. Prime Harry, Prime AI, or Prime Hori? Prime Hori?
Prime
One
Al.
shot to win the game. Prime AI, Allen Iverson, or Prime Kobe. It depends. Is it an ISO shot or is it a catch and shoot shot? Because if it's catch and shoot, I would say Hori. If it's an ISO shot, I would say Kobe for the win. AI was really good, but he never won a championship, so I can't give it to him. Not gonna lie, you would be a woman dominating men's sports in that outfit because of You're So Attractive, girl. Okay, there's physical realities when it comes to sports, okay? And I only weigh like 145, and I'm only 5'10". If you saw me on a basketball court next to these guys, I would be getting thrown around like a rag doll. It doesn't matter how good at shooting I am or anything like that. They would be able to block all of my shots. They would steal the ball every time I caught it. It would be sad, even though I am pretty skilled, but you know, I've lost my muscle and stuff from back in the day, so it wouldn't work out. Do you think you could stand in an NBA game?
I'm gonna go with no.
I'm glad you know your limits, but I feel like if we had guys' mentality, we'd be like, yeah, no, we could totally like go out there and like.
Yeah, and men are liars, so.
They sure are. Okay, do we got anything else to cover for this podcast?
I feel like we covered most of the hot topics.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah.
Thanks again for doing this, Sarah.
Yes.
Thanks for listening.
Yes.
Hope you listen next week and and go eat some ants.
And ass.
Yeah, do that.